What's up guys, Reachground here, and today I want to talk to you about last week's Cert Drama. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, here's a summary about what's been going down. Last Tuesday, the 9th of April 2013, SOE took down the servers for maintenance and applied an update. All factions got new pump action shotguns and some tweaks were made. The most important, or at least the one that got most attention, was the certification grant they offered players who purchased duplicate weapons over multiple characters. Players that hadn't read the patch notes logged in after the downtime and found themselves with a sudden increase of certs. Some got a little or nothing, while others ended up with thousands. I was one of the people who wasn't aware of this and found myself with 5,000 certs on each of my 3 characters. My main is of course Reachground on Cobalt, and the other 2 are my little TR and NC babies on other servers. Since people in my outfit started to ask about what happened and wondered why they had extra certs, I did a little investigation and I found an update to the patch notes. A certification grant has been done for players who purchased duplicate weapons on multiple characters. Fair enough. I was happy with my new certs and now I had the chance to do something I've been meaning to do a long time. I wanted to investigate exactly what I want to invest in next, and not just pop in some certs in the Liberator just because that's the one I'm using at the moment. I was still curious about what happened though, and the Planetside subreddit is usually a good place to find news about the game. But what I found was a lot of angry players that demanded a rollback immediately. Even though I usually try to stay away from raging redditors, I found a lot of them interesting. So I did my best to learn why people were angry, and I eventually understood why. And when I saw an image from the cert leaderboard, it didn't make sense. So you have a level 0 or a level 1 that has 100,000 certification points. And yeah, the only conclusion was that something must have gone wrong, and of course, in that case, it would be so unfair to those that didn't get any certs at all. Well, for a few days I've been thinking about my next Planetside 2 video, and I wasn't really sure what I was gonna do. But at the moment this happened, I knew that this is what it was going to be about. Certifications is such an important aspect of the game, and it was certainly a topic people would want to know more about. But as you've now come to learn, I'm not the fastest uploader or the fastest video producer. In a way, I'm lucky I'm not that fast, because the day after, SEO released more information. It turns out that there hasn't been a mistake, and less than 0.03% of the playbase received more than 2,000 certs. But I haven't checked the Planetside 2 forums after that, but at least most people on Reddit are happy with that response, and I haven't seen anything else about it. So my final comment on the drama is that I think it was wrong of SEO to give players 2 certs for each station cash spent. I think it's a good thing that you can't buy upgrades, and it should stay that way. Every free-to-play game has to balance how much of an advantage paying customers should get, and every step towards pay-to-win is a step towards players leaving the game. So, now that we've talked about the problems, let's talk about the positive. To be more specific, let's talk about what you as a viewer gain from me having more than 5,000 certs on each of my 3 characters. I'd like to start off by showing you my thought process when I upgrade my VS character. I hope that it will inspire you not to just randomly put points in various upgrades, but to plan a bit instead. Second of all, now I have the chance to give you cross-faction reviews on upgrades and new weapons. I've been trying to figure out a way to do this without buying weapons or grinding. I mean, I know that the people watching my videos, you're a mix of all factions. And this division is a bit problematic for me as a YouTuber. I mean, I could always go into the VR training in for each faction, but to be honest, if I'm gonna do a proper review, that's not gonna cut it. I really need to know how the weapons or upgrades work in a real battle environment, and otherwise I won't be able to give you proper advice at all. But alright, let's take a look at how I planned for the upgrades. So what I did first was I fired up Planetside 2 and the Planetside 2 character builder side by side. It took me a while to fill in the weapons and upgrades, but it was definitely worth it. Now I had a list of exactly what I upgraded, and I didn't have to have the game up all the time. The next thing to figure out was what I was gonna invest in. I found a Google spreadsheet template. It had a basic calculator, so I used that to create my own Planetside 2 cert planner. I'll give you a link in the description if you want to use it. I'll offer it for free. I also needed some ground rules. Just a couple of pointers, you know, to get me started, to not just randomly invest in certs, but only the long term. I'm only interested in the long term investments. So some people are hardcore and they go for the 1000 cert upgrade and things. For me, that's not worth it, because I'm such a versatile player, and I like to play every weapon and every vehicle in the game, so I'm not focused on one. That meant that I decided to get every useful upgrade below 1000 certs that I don't have. If that's limited, if I can't get that, I want to get every upgrade available below 500 certs. Another rule I made was that I wanted to get every weapon below 1000 certs. If I don't have enough money for that, I don't get any weapons at all. I'm a red dot sight guy in every single FPS. If you have that or something similar, that's what I'll go for. That's how I perform the best. So I wanted to get the HPR reflex on every weapon, and also I tried to get forward grip on each weapon. What forward grip does is, if you don't burst fire, if you just hold down the button, it will reduce the horizontal recoil. The thing is that I know myself as a player, and I forget to burst fire. When I'm focused, I always burst fire, but when I forget, this is really gonna help me. I also wrote down that shared upgrades has priority. That means that if an upgrade can be applied on 2 classes, then I will get that first. And also no galaxy upgrades. I'm not a big fan of the galaxy, but eventually I might upgrade it and see what it could be good for. But at the moment, basically, I'm just, if I'm platoon leading, for instance, I get people to jump in a galaxy, go somewhere, jump out and crash it. It's not, for me, it's not such an important vehicle, but that's personal. So now that I had some ground rules, I started filling in the spreadsheet. I knew that 6000 certs wasn't going to be even close to covering everything I wanted to upgrade, so I tried to be as careful as possible. When I was finished, I ended up with upgrades worth about 7000 certs, so I had to reconsider some of my choices. Here's the result. I didn't put anything at all in the universal utility slot. Lately I've been using the restoration kit more and more, but to be honest, it only grants you more kits, medical kits or restoration kits. If it would improve, then I might have gotten that, but well, I don't need more than one. Here's a perfect example of things that I've been missing that I should have gotten a long time ago. The nano regen device for combat medic. It's only 200 certs, and I use it so much more than the medical applicator. So yeah, 200 certs is it's an obvious thing to upgrade. I feel a bit limited when I'm a medic, especially against armor. So 1 C4, even though it's not enough to take out a vehicle, it's at least enough to do some damage. So 1 C4 for the medic. Since engineer is my most played class, I've upgraded almost everything I need for the engineer, so I won't put any certs at all in that. When I looked at the ability slot for the heavy assault, I saw that I hadn't upgraded the nanite mesh generator. I put 300 certs into that, which gets me almost to the top, or to max it out. I looked at the resist shield and adrenaline shield, and it really doesn't apply to me. I rather spend it on the nanite mesh generator. While I was doing this, I had a chance to try out all the grenades to see which one I wanted. Tried the anti-vehicle grenade, and even though it does damage to armor, not enough to be useful. But the concussion grenade was really interesting. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens once I start to use the concussion grenade and see how it works. I'll probably mess up and throw it where I am, but hey, it's gonna be fun anyway. When it comes to the infiltrator, I chose to upgrade the proximity mine so that I have 2 instead of 1. That's something that's been annoying me a lot, to only have 1. I did try the EMP grenade and I really liked it, but when I calculated everything, this is one of the things I decided to take out. So that's gonna be on my list, but I'm gonna upgrade that later when I get more certs, not now. Light Assault is the class that I'm going to upgrade most this time around. And the reason for this is because I haven't been playing Light Assault much. I'm gonna talk about that in a later video, I think, what I think is a good class to start with and what you might try later. But yeah, Light Assault hasn't been one of my favorite classes, but I started to mess around with it and I'm having so much fun. So it's time to upgrade Light Assault. I tried out the different grenades, and yeah, I'm going to invest in both the flash and the smoke grenade. If I'm upgrading the grenades, I might as well get 1 extra grenade, even though I have to take off nanoweave armor to be able to carry 1 more. Another thing that I felt was limiting was to only have 1 C4. So I'm going to put 500 certs into C4 upgrades for Light Assault. Hopefully I'll be more annoying on the battlefield. The flash is another thing that I've overlooked, and I haven't been using it that much. But since they added the Wraith ability, it's now more useful. So I'm putting, let's see, it's going to be 180 certs into the acquisition timer. So that's going to be 30, 50 and 100. I'm going to upgrade the Wraith cloaking device. I'm going to try out vehicle stealth. That's going to be interesting to see if that helps anything at all. I'm also going to put 100 certs into the Surger power chassis to be able to handle it better. I have most weapons for the Sunderer, but one thing I don't have is the acquisition timer. I haven't really needed it so far, but yeah, might as well put 50 certs in there and get the 4th upgrade. When it comes to the lightning, I'm going to make a small investment there. I'm going to upgrade the acquisition timer with 50 certs. I'm going to upgrade the nanite auto repair with 50 certs. And this is the only weapon I'm going to get. I'm going to upgrade the L100 Python heat. I wasn't sure if I was going to get that, but in the end I decided that I'm going to try to upgrade all the weapons below 500 certs at least. Another thing I've been using more and more is the mag rider, just because it's so much fun. So I'm going to upgrade the acquisition timer and vehicle stealth. The problem is that when I realized that I had selected too many certs, I had to take something off, and so I had to take away vehicle stealth, the M12 Cobalt, and the Saron ammo capacity that I wanted to get. But yeah, that's gonna be upgraded at a later date. Another thing I use a lot is the sight. I've always used it a lot, and so I have almost everything I want. All the weapons are unlocked, and I've upgraded most. But I wanted to try stealth just to see how it is in battle. So I'm going to invest in the first. The Liberator is a lot of fun, but I have most fun when I'm using that with a friend. I'm going to try the stealth. Let's see if that works. I'm going to put 30 certs into the first stealth. Also, I'm going to invest 50 certs to upgrade the ammo for the tank buster. Not really needed, not really a problem I have, but 50 certs, might as well get it. And once I got to the galaxy, I took a look at it and I thought, hey, might as well go for the vehicle stealth, right? People tend to fire when they're in the galaxy, and of course that makes us pop up on the minimap. So yeah, with only 30 certs in the galaxy, I make sure I stay up the minimap. Since I'm leading platoons and squads a lot, I wanted to upgrade the squad leader. I talked to Ultimatux in my outfit about this, and I promised him I was gonna max out squad leader. Yeah, that hasn't happened. At least now I can put 200 more certs in the spawn beacon so that people can spawn faster. Finally, we have all the weapon upgrades. This is my biggest investment. I put 2,450 certs, mostly in forward grips and HBR reflexes. Since this video is already long, I'm not going to go through everyone, just the ones that didn't get forward grip and the HPR reflex and the reason why. So I said that the shared classes or the shared upgrades was the one I was going to prioritize. That's why I upgraded the nade launcher, the shotgun, and the smoke nade launch as an underbarrel attachment on the Solstice SF4, and that can be used by engineer and light assault. It's gonna be fun to mess around with. I really want to get the new shotguns. I like the pump action, but I bought the Nova a while back, and I seem to run out of ammo a lot, so I upgraded the extended magazine for the Nova. Another thing that I've been doing a lot lately is to run around with an infiltrator and take out people with the SMG. And I've been watching videos of myself, and I see that I tend to fire from the hip a lot. So they are not going to Sirius and Eridani, which are the Vanu SMGs, are not going to get forward grip, but they are going to get laser dot 1 and 2. I'm gonna max that out and see if I can aim a little bit better. Alright guys, this has been my longest Planetside 2 video so far. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you soon.
Now you're a hero, you managed to beat the whole damn game.